I wore this pass with some reluctance in the spring of 1984. I was touring with Headpins, and we were supporting Whitesnake on their European tour. Now, this pass will speak volumes about what kind of a band Whitesnake was, but it won't tell you how massive the band was in Europe, partly due to lead singer David Coverdale, who was already a legend, having sung with Deep Purple in the mid-'70s. After that, he put out 6 records, 4 of them under the name Whitesnake. Now, the Snakes have sort of changed their skin with some regularity during their tenure with David, but he's always managed to put together some of the finest musicians available. In the spring tour I was with them, they had people like Neil Murray and John Sykes, Cozy Powell, John Lord, and Mel Galley all on tour. This year, though, it was the first year that David Coverdale finally cracked North America with his simply titled album, Whitesnake, an album that almost didn't see the light of day due to illness and some delays in the recording process. I talked to David Coverdale about his new album on his tour bus after the show he gave at Maple Leaf Gardens. But first, some vintage Whitesnake. For you, I mean, this is the first time a Whitesnake record's gone to #1 in North America, and I imagine the press would tend to look at you as someone without a history, whereas in Europe you've been well known for years.
It's absolutely perfect now, because if it's treated as new, that's great, because it feels fresh to me also. The music was written and arranged on this particular album to be, and the design and everything about the album was designed to be for the 80s. The new logo, everything. I wanted the album to have legs to walk straight off the disc into the concert halls. And I've never featured Deep Purple music as long as I've had Whitesnake.
I know that the press in Europe always concentrates on the fact that you've gone through a lot of band members over the years with Whitesnake.
There was a big mistake many years ago. The Musicians Union sent me a directory, and I thought I'd work my way through it. Yeah, I'm about 1/3 of the way through now.
But doesn't it, in the long run, make you look at the whole situation and give you some degree or even more degree of self-confidence, because you can say, yeah, I'm stronger as a solo entity through that whole thing?
It's very strange, because most of the people who come in are invited to participate from my choice, because I think they can contribute and learn from and benefit from the association. And as soon as they start believing that they're solely responsible for my success, then it's, you know, pointless for me to sort of continue working with them. But everybody contributes, you know. And if they want to have some kind of acrimonious, hateful farewell and stick pins in Coverdale dolls, it's an emotional expense that I don't indulge in. It's up to them. I get on with my life. You know, I've had 2 years of basic misery, and I want to have some fun now. I would like very much to keep this chapter of Whitesnake together as a group, because the individuals are not only secure as musicians, they're extraordinarily secure human beings. However, it does take 2 to tango.
How bad was that whole period?
If I'd had a dog, it would have died. It was a miserable time. Miserable, miserable time. And if I'd written an album, then it would have been a concept album called Music to Slit Your Wrists By. You know, I would have been a sort of hard rock Leonard Cohen.
You've done a couple of videos with Marty Kellner.
Yeah, well, we worked together. It was an immediate rapport from 2 human beings. It was immediate, and we met in like an office, the usual thing, blah, blah, blah. But there was a good feeling. We agreed to go out together, just the 2 of us, without all the peripheral, oh, darlings, you're going to be wonderful nonsense. You know, had he been a musician, he would have been in this band now. You know, it was that kind of rapport. And it was just a meeting of positive people. And what Marty and I call it is jazz. Everybody thinks we know what we're doing when we're going in to make these videos with this concept or that concept. All I'm going in with is a bunch of professional people and my music, and we jam on that. And that's all it is, visually and in terms of body shapes and all kinds of stuff. And it's all jazz, it's all image. You know, the whole of the Still of the Night thing was to create a kind of the wolf in man. It's a love hunter song, it's a predator song. And the Steadicam that we're using, you know, which is, you know, we try to get the effect of an animal pursuing Tawny and then getting the woman and then being arrested by the sex police, of course. Quite deservedly, too, yes. The pleasures of the flesh. Yeah, it's all down to that. It's all down to that. Kill for the cut.
It's all down to sex.
It's physical and emotional. It's much more so than one word. You know, you can't really sum it up. You can't sum anything up with one word. But sex will do. Yeah!